Welcome to the State of the Market for Law Firm Sales in 7 minutes. My name is Jeremy Poock, and I lead Senior Attorney Match. And today's episode is part two of when is the right time to sell your law practice. We'll have three topics and our buzzer beater for today's episode. So let's jump right into it. For topic number one, question is when is the right time to sell your law practice, or really the right time to sell your law practice is because dot dot dot. So what's that? What is that dot dot dot? In large part for senior attorneys, that is attorneys that have practiced more than 30 years, is to recognize that consumer behavior significantly shifted in 2020. And that behavior has continued its shift and transition to searching for lawyers online and primarily via Google. It's not just Google, it is Google plus searching a website, looking for lawyers on LinkedIn, Facebook, watching YouTube videos, watching TikTok videos, reading Google reviews. We are in what we call the 3.0 digital era. And from the standpoint of thinking about when is the right time to sell your law practice, we have to think about where and how you're generating clients. Because if you're not generating clients digitally, then it's having an impact on that all important book of business. Okay. Because when you're selling your law firm, the major question by a growing law firm, which is your typical buyer, is what does your book of business look like? And if you're not replenishing your book of business as much as you did in yesteryear, because your clients may not be coming in digitally via that 3.0 digital marketing that is so important to law firms post 2020, and now we're really in the mid 2020s. If you're not generating as many clients as your competitors in your market from a digital standpoint, then your book of business in terms of your client list could be less than it was in yesteryear. Plus, if your referral sources are comparably aged to you and your referral sources are starting to retire, then your book of business is also what we're calling orange. It is not as valuable as it was in yesteryear. Hence, if you're not seeing your clients replenish as much as yesteryear and your book of business is actually going down, then now is absolutely the right time for you to be considering selling your law practice before that book potentially gets more what we call orange. For today's second topic, for our second topic, in terms of when is the right time to sell your law firm, is let's look at the revenues. What we're seeing among senior attorney-led firms is that those firms that maintain their status quo, that is, they built their law firms in what we call the word of mouth era, when clients are being referred into your practice because of word of mouth, which was great pre-2020. Clients found out about you because you're a great estate planner, you're a great litigator, you're a great intellectual property attorney. Okay, but if you maintain that status quo, what we're finding is that revenues tend to actually be dropping because you're not supplementing for those revenues in terms of digitally marketing for your clients. In addition, by maintaining that status quo, you run the risk that a random Tuesday event could happen. And what we call random Tuesday is, in its worst case, is when something physical or mental happens to a senior attorney or the major really rainmaker for the law firm. That could even be a death situation. Or random Tuesday could be when a key employee, your key associate, your junior partner, even your partner decides to leave the firm. In those cases, the revenues could go significantly down, and as a result, the value of the practice goes down. So the impact that that could have on those all important value chips of your law practice is that you're really presenting less synergy value to a law firm, because those chips, as we're showing here from a synergy value standpoint, is that a buyer of your firm, they want and need your clients. Well, if you're generating less clients, you're less valuable. They want and need your combined workforce, key employees at your firm. If a random Tuesday event happens and you're not offering key employees of yours to join a growing law firm, your firm is actually worth less. You may very well have that cumulative expertise that you've developed over the course of your career, which is a significant value chip to a growing firm, which is your typical buyer. But if you're also not marketing well and you don't have significant clients coming in through digital marketing efforts, you're just not offering as much synergy value to a growing firm. Third topic for today is that senior attorneys, and now we're going to make you feel really good, we hope, that is attorneys that have practiced more than 30 years. We consider senior attorneys who have practiced that more than 30 years and are today in their 50s to their 70s are in the MVP years of their careers. They've earned what we call these medals for the subject matter knowledge that they've developed, the goodwill that they've accumulated in their communities, nationally, sometimes even internationally, their client development efforts, and they have a potential award for the digital content that really they're sitting on because they have so much content that they've developed, and it presents great opportunities for doing podcasts, posting content to Facebook, LinkedIn, and more. However, those MVP years could very well be clouded because senior attorneys, when they continue running their offices by managing the office, that can sometimes keep our clients, keep senior attorneys, what we call off the field. You should be out there developing business. Many of our clients, many senior attorneys, they love business development. They hate managing the office. Maybe hate is too strong, strongly dislike managing the office. But when you're managing the office and your eye is off the ball from client development, then you're not developing as many clients as you could and should during those MVP years. And an additional cloud on the MVP years is that you've got this potential award for digital content because so many of today's would-be clients are searching for their clients online. By not making the time to publish that podcast, to put out an e-newsletter, to be posting content to LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram. This is meaningful. This is necessary in today's 3.0 digital era. Your law practice, as a result, may not be generating as many new clients as it did in yesteryear. And as a result, the 5 components of value, which are so significant to what your practice is worth, right? We look at law firms as having 5 components of value: the client list, referral source list, goodwill, subject matter, and digital value. If your digital value is clouded because you're not allocating the time and resources to developing it, it is having a direct impact on replenishing clients and attracting new referral sources. And as a result, those value chips, which really should be green, if your digital value chip is an orange, then unfortunately your client list and referral source list could very well be an orange as well, and hence less value to your clients and what really should be the MVP years of your career. So for today's buzzer beater, in terms of when is the right time to sell your law practice, from the standpoint of the synergy value of who wants and needs the law practice that you have developed over the course of your career, by and large, it's growing law firms. And those growing law firms, they see the synergy value that you offer because you present instant client growth, a combined workforce, lawyers and non-lawyers at your firm, the cumulative expertise in multiple practice areas that you've developed over the course of your career, and this great potential for marketing value because of all of the content that you have developed over the course of your careers that could now be deployed digitally in terms of 3.0 digital marketing that today's growing law firms want and need. Senior attorneys have to be wary and understand and recognize that we are in this 3.0 digital era. And as a result, clients are looking for lawyers the same way we all societally look for everything and anything on Google. We're often saying that Uncle Google is America's greatest referral source. And for those lawyers and senior attorneys in particular that aren't recognizing that, aren't advertising, marketing to would-be clients on Google, it's having an impact on their all-important book of business. Because if you're not investing digitally and attracting clients digitally today and tomorrow's tomorrow, then your book of business is not going to replenish as much as it did in yesteryear in terms of the client list. And as your referral sources may very well retire before you, Your referral sources may not be sending you as much business as you did in yesteryear. And as a result, your book of business is going to unfortunately become less valuable. If your book of business becomes less valuable, then you present less synergy value to a growing law firm because you're not presenting as many clients. You may not have that same workforce that you had because lawyers at your firm or key staff people may be fearful of their jobs and they may preempt you selling your law firm and join another firm. You very well have that cumulative expertise that you've developed over the course of your career. But if you're not leveraging it from a marketing standpoint and you're not bringing in as many clients as you could or should by leveraging that content that you have in all kinds of digital ways, you're going to present less synergy value to a growing law firm. So, in terms of that all important synergy value, from the standpoint of when is the right time to sell your law firm, the right time to sell your law firm is when your synergy value is at its highest point, when your book of business is full and you present instant client growth. You've got a great workforce, they're loyal to you, they're well trained, they've got great experience. Cumulatively, you've all have this great cumulative expertise in multiple practice areas, and the marketing value that you present and that your firm presents can offer great value to growing law firms that want and need content to market for more business in today's post 20, mid 20s growing law firms. And that is today's state of the market for law firm sales. And I recognize a lot more than 7 minutes.